editor called me up and said, how would you feel about writing a book about nerds, about geeks? And I said, I don't have to do any research on this. You have come to an expert on being a nerd, and I thought, where would a couple of geeky kids go on one night? They wouldn't go to a party, they wouldn't go to a club, they wouldn't go hang out with the cool kids. They'd go to a convention, and the idea developed from there. It was very challenging to try to write a book that takes place in just one night. You don't have the option of letting the characters grow and develop over months and years like you might have with a regular novel. But I thought the idea was pretty fun. It was very challenging for me as a writer. I did not want to make the characters change and develop too much during the night because that wouldn't be believable. But they did have to experience some revelations, and I just really enjoyed the idea of cramming everything into essentially about 30 hours. And I hope I was successful. Probably Zach, because he's very much based on myself in high school. Just the overly self-confident boy who was secretly did not know how to talk to girls. I have been going to science fiction conventions for probably 20 years, and a lot of the things that happened in the book happened to me or to my friends at some point. Obviously, what happened in the book was very exaggerated, but it is very much based on my own experiences at conventions. I think I will probably continue to write young adult books, realistic fiction. I tried to write a science fiction story once, but I could not do it very well. I do have a horror story published, but it was not very popular. So I think, at least for the time being, I will stick with realistic YA books. I do not usually write sequels to my books just because when I write a book, I try to tell the entire story from beginning to end. And I feel if I wrote a sequel to it, it would be Anna and Zach Part 2, The Search for More Money. I don't, unless I came up with some completely different and completely original situation for them to get in, I think I would rather tell another story with different characters. I am at the very beginning of writing another book, so keep your fingers crossed this one goes well. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to talk about what it's about right now. My editor likes to be the first one to discuss things like that. Sure, yes, I absolutely would love to, and I would love to come to Argentina. I have always actually had a very strong desire to visit South America. I used to live in Mexico. My Spanish has gotten so bad since then, but I lived there for 3 years, and I just loved it, and I always wanted to explore the rest of Latin America. Thank you all very much. I really enjoyed talking to all of you.